Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. It's been a little while since I've had some time to make one, but I do think this is going to be a good one. I'm going to kind of run through some of the Harbor Freight tools and stuff that I use here in my little shop. I know what you're thinking, Harbor Freight, that's just a bunch of Chinese junk, and it is, but there's some good stuff you can find there, and everything's priced pretty right. So I'm going to get right jumping into it. There's no particular order of importance. It's just 10 things. So number one here, we have this little anvil. It's a 15 pounder here. And of course I use that for setting rivets, and it's handy. You got this little horn on there. You can slide something on there and beat on it. So I do like that. Good price. I don't know where to find one any cheaper, so it gets the job done. Next up are these little clip-on LED lights. They got that clamp on there so you can hang them on the edge of your bench or whatever. They actually have a magnetic clip that they clamp onto so you can, spin it around and do whatever you want to it. I lost it. I don't know where the heck it went, but they're pretty dang bright. You can see. I did buy some. Let me find it here. Dig through my junk pile. I did get some of these here. I do not recommend getting these ones. The light is not very bright at all. Maybe it would work good in the dark under your hood, but when you already have lights and you're just trying to add some more to it, I don't suggest that one. Chinese junk. Next things I like are these little storage containers here, and you can see I just throw a bunch of crap in them, and they're real nice. They stack on each other if you get them lined up just right. But take a peek back here. Those are pretty awesome. You can throw them on shelves, and just all the junk that you have that you hardly ever use, you can just stick in there, and they're real cheap. They're like $3 or $4. Next deal is this sander here. Let me back up and get the whole thing in there. For what they cost and the amount of time they save you from, I used to hand sand all my edges. It was a pain in the butt. I got this thing and you buzz through them real quick. Keep a good belt on there. It doesn't burn the edges or anything. So that's a winner right there. I don't use this little wheel thing. I mean, I do just for other stuff, but not for leather. So it's a good buy. Next, as you can see, those little magnet strips I have there at the back of the bench. Man, they're awesome. You just hang your tools up that you're using right there and grab them down. They're real strong, as you can see. Actually, I have some here. There's 2 of them here. What happened? They got stuck together and I cannot get the things apart. I'm sure I could if I get a big old screwdriver or something and stick down in there. The glue might come off, but I've tried. I can't even get them apart by hand. They're kind of just sitting here waiting for me to do something with them. Next little deal, yeah, sure, you could get it just about anywhere, but these little brushes here for your bench, man, just give them a quick sweep and you're good to go. They're pretty handy. I keep that right at the edge of my bench. Got a little loop, stick a nail or something on there. Another weird one is this little Dapping block here. And what I use that for, see if I can zoom in on her a little bit. Too far. What I use this for doming my rivet heads. See, you got a flat rivet right there. Grab just any old rivet setter that you use. Slide it in there. Put it down in that little concave shape and give her a couple whacks. Got a nice domed rivet. I do like that a lot. It comes with a whole bunch of other stuff, the little forming ball things and stuff, but heck, I just use that right there. Next up, we got this little, let me zoom back out. This little 1/4 inch It's a number and letter set. And what I use these for, I use them on my belts. You know, when I'm putting the size on them or something. They're pretty neat. But yeah, you can just stamp your size on your belts. That way when somebody gets it, they know what it is. If they want to reorder one, you don't have to go through the whole measuring process. But those are pretty cool. And of course, that's all I use them for. I'm sure there's 100 other uses for them, but that's what I do. Okay, for the next one, I'm going to bring you up here to the top. To these lights right there. They got those there. I got these I put those paper towels on there to try to diffuse the light for making videos. As you can see, they've fallen down. But let me take you over here. Sorry about the crazy camera. Let me zoom out. I got another one here above the sewing machine. And on this, the little pull chain broke. So what I did, I just wired that together, you know, and I plugged it down here to my sewing machine. So whenever I hit the light or turn my sewing machine on, the light just comes on. That is pretty darn handy. And for the price of these lights, you can't beat them. There's no actual bulb in there. It's just a little LED strip, but man, they sure do light stuff up good. Last but not least, these little black gloves they have for working on cars and stuff. I use them for antiquing. You could get that, or dyeing. If you're dyeing something black and you get it on your fingers, which I always do, then you go to carve something later that day, it gets all over your leather. So you got these little gloves you can slip on. They'll save the day. But anyway, I have links to all this stuff down below. It'll take you right to it on the Harbor Freight page if you want to give that a gander. But anyway, I hope this video gives you some ideas, and I'm sure there's a bunch more stuff. I'm sure I've got more stuff in here that I bought from Harbor Freight just because, like I said, it's just cheap stuff that gets you by. So if you want to, you know, subscribe, follow along, I'll try to make some other videos, some hints and stuff, some tips that I've figured out anyway. But thanks for watching.